You might be doing this all by yourself. I bet Eric's been out in the wind all day too. He might all be asleep soon.
I know. Yeah, I was gonna say, Eric, where you been working today?
Luckily, around the shop.
So, yeah.
Okay?
Kevin's been down by his house. I said, I've been on the end of the dock, and I'm like,
Yeah, streaming over there.
Yep. I'm on the last row, Eric.
Yeah,
Last header.
nice. Good.
So you're almost done then.
Yeah, but I've used up all my good violence on my big ones. I've been driving them in on angles and everything else.
You still use a lot of stone.
What's that?
You still use a lot of stone.
Well, I know it's just stuff.
Yeah. You can see what he's got up behind his house.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
That would be really good for what you're doing.
Mileage has been, I'm not gonna say much, but it's like, you know, it adds up a little bit, especially when there's no vehicle to use them.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think everything's perfect there.
All right. I've got 5 o'clock. I'll call the meeting to order today, Monday, November 17th, 2025. Roll call, we have Selectman Eric Eaton, Mackenzie Jewett, Kevin Buck, myself, Jamie Thurlow, Town Clerk Sarah Abbott, and Town Manager Jesse Dunbar. Howdy said he will not make it to tonight's meeting.
I make a motion to excuse Howdy Goodman from tonight's meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to excuse Howdy from tonight's meeting. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Adoption of agenda. I would like to change, just to help out with our timeline here tonight, if we could swap A and B on regular business, if that's all right with everybody?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Approval of minutes. We have the minutes from October 20th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of October 20th.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from October 20th, 2025. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Abstaining. I missed the meeting.
You did what?
I missed the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approval of warrants. We have warrant 45 for $2,322.81. Warrant 46 for $16,853.45. Warrant 47 for $1,179.19. 48 for $4,095.21. 49 for $185,318.99. Warrant 50 for $17,367.27. Warrant 51 for $17,813.85. 52 for $18,175.45. And warrant 53 for $160,918.97.
I move to approve warrants 45 through 53.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve warrants 45 through 53. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right. Next we have committee appointments. We have one seat that's open on the planning board with term expiring June 30th, 2026. We have 2 applicants. See, they're both here, James Hopkins and Steve Scott. Would you guys like to Either one of you like to speak before? Usually we give a chance if you wanna have anything to say before we vote on it. No, okay.
No, I just came, if anybody had any questions, I figured I'd be here to
Okay.
answer if anything comes up.
Yep. Yeah, the only thing I can see, I think both of them would do a unbelievably good job. The only thing is, James, you're currently not living in town, so I don't know if that, it says in our ordinance that you have to be a resident to be on a board. So that would be the only issue. I think you do a fantastic job. I'd love to see you do it. That's just my only holdback on that.
I agree, that's tricky.
Yep,
You
Yeah,
could move to Tremont.
I know. I know you're trying.
We're trying.
We
Yeah,
understand,
sure.
we
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
I mean, the
understand.
only property I own is
Yeah.
here in Fremont, so I
Yeah.
don't own anything anywhere else. I
Yeah.
don't plan on owning anything anywhere else, but
Yep.
we are renting, we're staying with family currently, so.
Mhm.
you're not planning on that being permanent?
What's that?
Where you're living now, you are planning?
No, we're trying to finish the farmhouse, it's just
Yeah,
not,
that's what I thought,
financially, we're
yeah.
not there yet to move the kids
Yeah.
in, so we're staying with family until we can get it up to par. You know, it's a work in progress, so. Once we're able to, or we're able to build on the lot or fix the farmhouse enough for the kiddos, we'll be here full time.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's great to see both of you apply because it's very hard to fill these seats, and I think both of you would do a fantastic job. Eric, anything?
Yeah, I mean, yep, I agree. Both are good applicants, but I think we have to go with Steve because he's the resident. I motion to appoint, Stephen Scott to the seat on the planning board expiring June 30th, 2026.
Second.
Did you second that? Ken?
Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded to appoint Stephen Scott to the seat on the planning board with term expiring June 30th, 2026. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Thank you guys both. Thanks, James.
Yeah, of course.
Personally, I'd kinda like to say, please apply when you move to town. Please
Yeah.
apply.
Yeah.
We have
Please
vacancies
apply.
all the time, I think it'd be a good addition.
Apply for, yeah, maybe a select board seat.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's great to see. Next regular business, we have a resolution, to recognize Tanya Prentice. We would like to recognize Tanya for her outstanding biology teacher award, that she received from the National Association of Biology Teachers, and to thank her for her outstanding service that she has given the town and our school.
I make a
Thank you.
motion to adopt the resolution recognizing the outstanding achievement of Tanya Prentice.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the resolution recognizing the outstanding achievement of Tanya Prentice. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Yeah, these are for you. There you go. I know, these are for Jeffrey, yeah, these are. Yeah, exactly, that might be better. There you go.
Gotta make it authentic.
What's that? Sure, if you want.
I'd just kinda like to add that I think Tanya keeps stacking these awards up. And she's just this incredible asset to the town. And I'd like her to know that we all really recognize that and respect it, and we really would like to say thanks for the incredible job you're doing. And the kids, I mean, even, you're a teacher, the kids even love, which is kind of a challenge, but everything I hear and I've seen that you're doing is just amazing, and I would like to personally thank you for that. Please keep it up.
Yeah, I appreciate the recognition, I really do.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Make sure Jeff gets those flowers.
They have to go right in
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah. All right, next we have deer hunting plan. And Jesse, I'll let you take this one. I think you had an update, wasn't it, from?
So following your meeting in August, I have had another meeting with Inland Fisheries, going over the direction you are heading, with the plan to get their input. One thing that stood out that I had briefly mentioned to you in the manager's report, was Inland Fisheries, they kind of were recommending that we go with the theory of proving that it's safe to hunt in Tremont. As that might be, in their opinion, a more realistic goal than eliminating a number of deer. But through that process, they sent me over some draft plans, that are in your packet from Eastport, Swans Island, and Bar Harbor. Bar Harbor did not get to the state, the voters didn't vote it in. But one thing that stood out to me was the plans are fairly, in-depth as to why the town is seeking Inland Fisheries approval in a special hunt. And those plans pretty much line up with what you have heard from the public here, in that there's too many deer and they're causing problems and they're causing collisions. So it's a little contrary to what the state was recommending you could do. So I just wanted to bring it to you to get your input on what direction you want to go, how you want to handle it. Maybe you are hearing out and about that people want to prove that it's safe to hunt in Tremont. I would say I have heard, one thing I've heard out and about that we did not hear at the meeting was a lot of people have come up to me and said, I hope they don't limit it to bow hunting. I hope it's shotgun and bow, which we did not hear from the public that attended, but I have heard it a fair amount around it as well. So I just wanted to gauge, you know, I know obviously a lot of people talk to you throughout the month. If you're hearing anything different, what direction you want me to draft the plan. I think of the three, there's potential, plenty of potential to work with and come up with a plan that fits for Tremont.
The Swans and the Eastbrook plans both get approved by the state, correct?
Correct.
Okay, the versions that we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One thing I thought was really interesting in esports, and I didn't make it through all these, is I haven't had a chance to read everything.
Mm-hmm.
But esports said it was archery only, and only from fixed positions, like what do they call a ground blind or an elevated stand. To me, that makes a huge difference.
So I was reading through that too, and I think that addresses the safety concern as
Yeah.
well. I think we should put both. Safety, obviously that's number one, and that there is a problem, and we just need to address both of those in our proposal. And I really like the fixed ground blind and stand thing. And one of the proposals in there also had landowners only, and with up to 2 other people that the landowner could give permission to hunt on their property. And with the archery, it's 100 yards from a dwelling unless the landowner gives you permission to be closer. And I think that would make it easier for other people in the community that don't have as big of lots, but they can still be far enough away from their neighboring lots dwelling, to be closer to their house and be able to participate and set up a stand or a blind. I liked those, and I saw those in multiple applications too, the same the fixed,
Yeah, well,
standard
that-
blind and,
To me, that makes a huge difference in the safety. You got people that know where they are,
yeah.
and they're hunting from that spot instead of wandering around the neighborhood with a high-powered weapon.
Well, right,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
if game warden sees someone standing there on the side of the road or in the back of a truck or
Yeah.
whatever, that's an easy ticket, boom, done.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that the town should take the responsibility of inspecting the stand or ground blind. I think that's a little bit
Yep.
more like what would fit Bar Harbor, but
Yeah.
not so much here. But I think that addresses a lot of the safety concerns. As for shotgun, archery, I mean, I'm still more archery myself. I would think that it could be done safely with shotgun as well, but I think if we're gonna do a 1-year proposal, we should start with archery.
I'm a lot more comfortable with a shotgun from a fixed position anyway.
Yeah, I think that's okay as well.
Yeah.
We can put that on there.
But either way, I'm most comfortable with archery myself personally too.
They also, it seemed like there were different proposals had different seasons as well. And another common thing of all the proposals, and Eastport said that just the buck tag was not sufficient in
Yeah.
taking care of the herd, which we know, so it should be both. You should, just like any other hunting season, I think, should have a certain amount of antlerless deer tags permitted. Just like WMD 29, which we are in, there's, I don't know, 3,000 of them each year, and there's still 1,200 that you can purchase right now, so.
Didn't one of them say something about antlerless only too? I thought that was, I read that in one of them.
When Eastport,
Eastport,
Yeah, maybe,
well,
yeah.
that's because they had buck only,
right,
regular
Yeah.
hunt archery
yeah.
And-
season,
and
which
it
limits you
didn't
to
work,
1 buck, and so
Yeah.
that was a separate section that they were trying to get approved for the antlerless deer tags.
Yeah, I've had a half a dozen people, if not more, that are lifelong residents. Most of them were avid hunters that I respect, and I listen to their opinion, and they, their concerns, they didn't come to the meeting. I told them, next time you need to. They said they will be, but their concerns were, I think seems to be a 50-50 mix as far as who thinks shotguns are just as safe as archery. It's mixed. They say that I don't know enough about archery, so I can't really say anything. But a lot of people think that crossbows can be more potent than can ricochet, whatever else, away from versus a shotgun is just the BBs or whatever you want to call it that's going to stop. So I don't see an issue with shotgun myself personally, I guess. The only thing that they had pointed out, pretty much every one of them, was they definitely said that it should be only land owners or residents for the first go around. They said just to try, this is all just a trial basis, and they said you get any other people involved and you really have to be careful around here. There's not very big lots, there's not, they're very skittish about having any hunting. So that was some of their biggest concerns, and I think the trouble that I'm having with it, Jesse, is I don't know if we're really, at least I don't think we were when we walked into this, looking to prove that hunting is safe
Right.
in the town. Like, I don't think anybody that I've heard, all of the people that I'm speaking with, like Normie and all, they are not looking to prove that hunting is safe. They're looking to thin the herd.
There's no way to absolutely prove that
Yeah,
anyways,
no,
right?
and there's
I
no-
know we do everything we can, but
Yeah,
accidents happen.
yeah, I think everybody that we've heard come in here has said, we need to thin down the herd.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right, but,
Right.
and then we just say this is our approach to making the safest way
Yeah.
for it to be done in our
Yeah.
town.
But I think as far as the state's point of view, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, they're looking at, we have this program, and then it gets bigger, over time, which I don't know if that's really what we're intending on doing. I think it's more, keep it this way, see how it works,
Yeah,
If it gets too much, then shut it down. It's not necessarily trying to go bigger with it.
And remind me, we have to put a time on it, right? If we don't put a time
Yeah.
on it, then we can't change our mind next year, so we would do like for a year. And then if it goes well for a year, then we can
renew.
renew or re-up, whatever, okay,
Yeah.
alright.
You had previously said that you thought you wanted to do the special hunt in November. Is that still correct?
Yeah, I think it would be in the same time as the regular.
I
think-
think all November would be good.
Okay.
October was, one of them was a caretaker that I talked to, and they said same thing, October would be too early because they're still closing. I mean, they're still there now, but November could be tolerable, but October would be too early.
But does that make it a special season?
Yeah, well, cause archery, he said archery was October 4th to the 31st.
Right, but expanded archery
Expanded is.
goes through November,
Right.
so it would be a smaller version of expanded archery.
Yep.
Into December, second week in December.
Right, and it starts in September, but this would be a modified version of expanded archery.
We can make our own
We
rules,
can make
whatever
our own
we're comfortable
schedule.
with, and then
Right,
if they don't like it, then they can
Right.
shoot it back and say, hey, we, we want them, but I feel like we should get exactly what we want. We've been this many times at the table.
Yeah.
I
Another
remember-
thing, was, they had, one of the applicants in here was, not just landowner, but members of that household.
Yep.
I think that's a good thing to put in there. So if you, it was, yeah, it was members of the household, direct family, whatever, something like that.
yep, okay.
I think that's good to have in there, so you take your kid out there or whatever.
Yep.
Or if your
Yeah.
brother's up here for Thanksgiving, you guys can go sit out back and,
I just think, I don't disagree with you, Eric, I just try to put my guard up extra on the first year. Once this first year proves itself, the second year, I might be like, yeah, bring your whatever, but I just think, we're gonna be under the microscope with this as far as if we do anything, we're the first ones to pull it off, we wanna be like extra cautious, just the first year, and then open up more over the second year.
right, I just wanna make sure that we set whatever precedents that we wanna do later in the first round, so there's our draft, and we're not messing around next year if we
Yeah.
do wanna do it, and we give it back to them and open it again,
Yeah.
instead of going through this process
Yeah.
over and over to keep changing things.
Mhm.
I think once the state knows exactly what we want, even if that's our long term, then it'll be a lot easier to have it reapproved.
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
Gavin before he left there, the other day, he got tangled up in some bush and, he came out and he had ticks on him from head to toe. Like, I mean, 30
Stat.
ticks in one bush.
I believe
Like, it is I've never seen anything like it. It's,
That's
there is
scary, right?
yeah,
Like,
there's a
it is
huge
scary.
problem.
Yeah, Lyme disease is no joke.
I gotta get the pills, I get
Jeff
the
knows
dog.
all about that.
I gotta get those pills for people, I get the dogs, those work really well.
Yeah, I know. We can put a flea and tick collar on you,
There
Kevin.
you go.
Yeah.
Just roll around on the dog.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think you'll see a lot more people turn out this time as we kinda modify it to, like, if we have a plan that's
Yeah.
90%, and I think if we have a public hearing, you're gonna see a lot more people that are gonna
Yeah.
show up and support it, but, maybe fine tune some ideas that we haven't thought of too, and.
Yeah, get it on paper so people can read it over, and
Yeah.
it's not just shooting ideas around anymore. and
Exactly.
Yep,
Then refine it again after that and
Yep.
submit it.
I gotta tell you, I'm a lot more comfortable with the whole thing, just hunting from fixed positions.
Yeah.
That's a game changer to me.
Yeah, no, it is. I think that's awesome. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, and that, I mean, that's really what you wanna do anyway, so,
Yeah.
I mean, running around with a field with a bow doesn't work. It does not work.
But no, it's definitely not what we need here
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was our, I know this might be further down the line, but, well, we don't have 100 opinions tonight. What were we talking for numbers of how many tags cause we were talking about issuing like a landowner, Mackenzie, there you go, cause we know you
I'm
won't
a
use it.
huge hunter.
Yeah, you're allowed to get how many tags for her household?
Did you talk about that?
I think we did, and there was a maximum number that we could do per person or per household that would, before you had to have them butchered properly.
I'm pretty sure
I
we
think-
kicked it down the line, the
Yeah.
tag thing before.
Heath,
Yeah.
didn't you know what, was it number 3 or,
When I would
Fine.
get application permits, they would say any more than 3, then I'd have to talk to the owners
Yes.
again.
Yep.
But that's not regular
Yep.
standard archery permits. So
okay,
Typically, they just put a certain amount of tags, just say 1,000, for instance, and you purchase them. So
Yeah.
if you wanna, if you're the only one shooting deer in the town, you can buy all 1,000 tags if you wanted to.
yeah, and you should be, yeah, cause I buy them for Gavin for the Outer Islands for the doe permits, and you have to tag one before you can get another one.
Right.
But then if we just had a way so that one person couldn't buy up all of them right from the get-go.
Right.
But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
No one's
It's-
gonna buy,
Yeah.
whatever, shoot 'em. Like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna buy 1,000
Long as
tags,
Yeah.
anti-hunter will.
I guess, but
Well, no, you can't until you tag your first one.
another way to do it is a lottery system, but I don't think that's a good way to do it for a unique hunt like this.
No,
No.
I would just come up with a number, I'd just put it in with the WMD 29.
Yep.
What, they already have issue 3,000 tags, 4,000 tags, and it could be just part of that tag system
Okay,
there for expanded archery.
but
okay.
it's gonna be under its, so
Ah,
no
I see.
one, I think they'll have to have a separate zone, because where we have our own rules and restrictions, it's gonna be like 29A. It will be some separate tags, I
Because
believe.
like esports it says is in addition to the statewide.
Right.
Right.
Because you can't,
Esport chose to do just one,
right.
you only got one
You only get one.
One tag,
per
Special.
qualified person.
That's also quite a bit smaller area.
Right,
It's a,
so you can
Very
specify
neat.
in the plan what you
Mhm.
want.
I like Eric's idea though, cause, people like Mackenzie, who are not gonna get a tag, which is fine, a lot of people won't, but then, someone who wants to hunt should be able to get her tags, so
if they wanna shoot harvest
Yeah.
5, then
Yeah.
harvest 5,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
somehow we need to come up with a number that we wanna total for the first year.
Well, I think if you put it in with WMD 29, like at the end of the year, there's still 1,000 tags that haven't been bought.
Yeah.
And that's all the outer islands. And if you're not a landowner here and you buy that tag, then you have to go out to the outer islands. If you are a landowner and you buy that tag, you have the opportunity to fill that tag in town.
Mm-hmm.
And then that would make it less complicated for the state, I think,
Mhm.
for the whole tag structure.
Okay. Let's see what they say.
Yeah, see what they say about that. I don't know how, you mean, so you'd get $1,
Right.
and then the
then
rest are does?
you can buy antlerless deer tags.
Yeah, okay. I just wanna be clear on what we mean,
Yeah.
so you're allowed, so everybody would be allowed $1 like a standard season,
Yeah.
and then, you can buy those antlerless deer tags until they're gone.
Yeah, and if we start using a lot of those tags, the state will up that amount for 29. They've done it in the past, cause it used to be just lottery, and then there would be 20 of them handed out, or 100 of them. And then they just opened it up to not a lottery, that you could just purchase as many as you wanted,
Yep,
because it wasn't thinning the population.
yep. No, we've always, depends on the year. He had 3 last year, whatever it was Gavin did, so I don't
Yeah.
care about it, but I think he can do it.
I think that's the easiest way to structure the tagging system.
He'll be down at my mother's house, he'll buy out the whole 9 yards.
It's fine.
How do you keep track of the tags though? Like when you sell a tag here in the town office, they don't tell you where they're gonna hunt.
No, how Eric's talking about, and it's something it's a little different setup, but it actually does make sense that, so every hunter is allowed a buck right out of the,
Yeah,
right
okay.
out of the gate. Doesn't matter where you hunt in the state of Maine, you're allowed a buck.
Yeah.
So you get that when you buy your license. When you wanna buy, a doe tag, then you go online and you pick your zone, so you just go onto their website and you pick a zone, and he's saying include it in the outer islands,
Okay.
which are already 29. And so you pick, but you buy a doe tag. So then you shoot a doe, then you go back, buy another doe tag, and then you go out, shoot another doe.
I didn't
And you
realize
can
you
keep
could-
doing that until it runs out, until the doe
Sure.
tags run out.
Okay, gotcha.
And that way we're not putting a cap on it here in town. It's just, we're setting up the guidelines of, you have to be a resident, you have to do this, you have to do that, like Eric's. I never thought of that, but it would kinda, it would clean itself out, because if you don't meet those restrictions, then you can't hunt here anyway.
Right,
Mm.
and if you
Yeah.
go to the tagging station and you said I shot it in Bernard, and they're like, oh, well, yeah, you're not, no, you can't do that, then there you go.
Yeah,
Then you'll-
Black Island.
Right,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Heath.
Well, there was a concern about density and numbers. Is there any chance you consider just doing a pellet count or something, see if COA or one of the biologists would do a count over this winter to give us a better number of what deer are estimated, and then if the hunt makes an effect or not? I mean,
Mhm.
they did that in like Owlsboro or whatever. They go out
Okay.
at the start of the first of the year, they find an area, and then before the snow melt, they count the deer pellets, and the deer defecates 12 times a day, so they can come up with a number of
Yeah.
how many deer in a certain square mile. And I think when it comes to a vote, people are gonna wanna know if there's 50 deer and we all see in different spots, or there's actually like 600 when they come up with a number for Owlsboro, when they decided they were gonna open the hunt, so,
I think
it's
it's-
just a number that
Yeah,
I think for the non-hunters, they're gonna wanna know if it's actually is overpopulated or not, or if the hunt's actually making a difference, I guess, it's just.
So that came up in the public hearing, and I thought that it was determined that it would be extremely hard to do that, just because the other towns on the island aren't participating in it.
Yeah, oh no, they're definitely gonna migrate this way with
Right.
less pressure, but,
So,
I mean, it's,
I think that's a tough job, it's a lot of square footage, and
yeah.
I don't know how you,
I
I don't know, I guess they could do it, but I don't know how much that would
I
cost us.
think you just drive around, look out the
Yeah.
window.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like,
we all
it's not
have
that
our
hard.
opinion, but,
But if
Take
they,
some surveying tape, Heath, and we'll write names on them, and then we'll start naming them, and you just hook it on, you can walk right up to them.
feed
So.
them air.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
yeah, you'll see, if they're getting tagged,
On the Maine IFNW has a hunter dashboard. I
Mhm.
don't know if you're not a hunter, you don't follow it, but you can go on and see how many deer in Tremont have been tagged that day, in that season,
Yep.
Yeah,
or on the outer islands. So if there,
Mhm.
people are, or the board is curious, if they're being taken, it will say, there's been 40 deer tagged out of Tremont. And you
Yeah.
can pick that up right on your tablet instantly, so.
And I think if we do this for a 1-year thing, it'll make people feel better as far as if we do 1 year and it doesn't work, it's a mess. We can just say that was it.
Yeah, we're back out,
We're
yeah.
back out of it.
Yeah.
But if they worry about the number, if there's too many taken, then we can pause it there and in 4 years, regroup and do it again. I think the 1 year is pretty crucial to it,
Yeah, I
just
think
so
so, yeah.
everybody's comfortable enough.
and if it came to the point that too many were taken, they would adjust the tags, the state would adjust the tag structure,
Yeah.
for the,
I don't think it's possible. We don't have enough residents in town Tremont.
yeah, I don't think it
The
would
deer
either.
population is about 100 to 1 on how many people live here in town. So.
And all those extra tags in 29 right now, last time I checked, a couple
None-
weeks ago, there was 1,400.
Yeah, there was 1,900 back a month ago.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So those aren't even gonna get used
No.
up here.
Yeah.
but a lot of those deer that go to the outer islands are coming from this island as well.
Pushed out.
So that, I mean, that tag structure might start working a little better for the state as well.
There's plenty of hunting going on right now on the island, so
Yeah.
it's a safety issue, pretty decent. You
Yeah.
hear gunshots every day, there's plenty of deer getting shot in Tremont the
Yeah.
last few weeks. Off
I
the
know.
record, off the record.
Yep. And I know, and I think that's another thing that I hear more and more of it. It never used to be that you hear people coming here and doing that. It used to be just people that you knew would do that. And it is, there's no wardens here really, so
No.
I think it's, yeah, people are coming, doing what they want anyway, so. It'd be nice to, if you do have a season, I feel like we'll have more warden presence than if we don't.
Yeah.
So you got a pretty good draft, Jesse?
I got any,
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody else chimed in on shotgun. I've just heard a lot of kickback from other people of including that on, and these are, like I said, they're way more hunters than I ever will be, so.
So why don't we include it on this draft and
Okay.
then see what the public hearing
Yeah,
has to say
I
about
agree.
it?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
good with that.
Shotgun and archery, expanded archery.
Yep.
okay.
I don't know how you'd count the deer either, but I can't believe just, you know, what I've witnessed in the last few years, that maybe they're not at a crisis point yet, but they keep dropping twins every year. We're gonna be getting really, really close. I mean, they're eating stuff I've never seen them eat. There's bushes I've never, you know, sections of woods I've never been able to see through before I can look right through. I mean, everything 3
Worst
feet
part-
down is browse clean.
The worst part, you see them all the time with a bone sticking out of them because they've been
Yeah.
injured and,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just,
Yeah, I figured about every 5 years, one bounces off me somehow. I mean, that's about what the average has been. And it's just, and I'm aware of them and I watch out for them,
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, there's a lot of deer here.
I think this cold weather's got them stirred up a little bit. What did you say, Sean, 4 this last week in Tremont?
Yes.
Yeah, so, 4
Accidents?
accidents, yeah, deer
Oh, boy.
accidents, so
Yeah, I'm not
it's,
surprised.
and you can tell it's that time of season, so.
alright.
Okay.
Okay, you need anything more from us? Okay. All right, next we are on to assessing contract.
So in your packets is a draft contract from Caldwell Municipal Assessing and Consulting. In your memo, I go over, our head assessor, Matt Caldwell, that's been the head assessor here since 2016, is, planning to leave the assessing firm that we currently contract with, RJP, and go it on his own, is with Caldwell Municipal Assessing, is his own new business. Mr. Caldwell, has done our tax commitment and is responsible for, the vast majority of our assessing. We have another person provided by RGD, but Matt is the, supervisor really to that person. I can't stress enough, as I said in my memo, the importance of maintaining a good assessor for the town. It's a vital role that keeps the town operating as well as it does, and Matt is a big part of that, for Tremont. So I would like to, suggest that we contract with him for the assessing. Our contract with RGD does allow us to withdraw from that contract without penalty, with 30 days notice. So the new contract would go into effect January 1st with, Caldwell.
You made notes in there, I didn't quite understand what you're referring to. The pricing is about the same as what we were,
Yes, so it's the same, basically to finish out our contract, it would be the same exact cost that we would pay. And then the following year, actually it drops below a little bit, just a couple dollars below what we currently pay.
okay.
And it, I think what you're referring to
basically the same price.
And I'll trust your gut on this one. You guys deal with them, we don't, so that's, I don't see an issue with it.
Yeah, a few times I've had the interaction with them, it seems great.
Mhm.
Minimal complaints.
Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah, me too.
You good with it, Eric?
Yep.
Okay.
I move to authorize the town manager to withdraw from the assessing contract with RJD and sign the assessing contract with Caldwell Municipal Assessing and Consulting from January 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2029.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the town manager to withdraw from the assessing contract with RJD and to sign the assessing contract with Caldwell Municipal Assessing and Consulting from January 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, next we have American flag installations. You can give a summary, but I think those things look pretty cool.
I love
like it.
everything about this.
You what?
I love everything about this.
Yeah, I know. I like it.
Yeah, so quickly, over the past couple of years, I've had a couple residents mention the fact that they'd like us to put up American flags along the roadway like Trenton has for years. Southwest Harbor recently did this past season. Jeff was involved with the chamber in helping them put them up. And we got a flyer in the mail they send out periodically from the Galen Cole Foundation in Bangor, that they'll essentially match the purchase of up to 24 flag kits. If a municipality purchases them for display from Memorial Day through Labor Day. So I presume if you wanna do it along Tremont Road, you can let me know what area you would, if you wanna do it, look at doing it from the town line to Bernard Corner, or if you just wanna focus on the sidewalk portion, so roughly from Archie's to just past where the chiropractor was. It's up to you.
I think you're gonna get most of your traffic from the town line to the lighthouse.
Where you go that way?
Yeah, and then from the opposite direction to Bernard. Obviously, that's your high traffic areas, so I think those would be like the first, not to exclude up there, but it's, I
Yep.
think that's where they're probably gonna see a lot more of them, or
So it'd be
recognize them.
$720, right? They're $60 a piece.
$60 a piece,
$720 town contribution for 24, and then we'll figure out where we want to put them.
They're $60 a kit.
Yep.
We ended up putting them on every other pole instead of every pole.
Yep.
If the sand came out, they just have to do a quick check on it, make sure they approve the poles.
Yep.
And that way, we only got 24 of them from Seal Cove Road to the marina, to that point. That's only 24 of my guys, and pretty long,
Yeah.
long stretch, so they go a long way. We're gonna try to add more this year. Yeah, I would definitely get a higher quality if you can.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which ones you looked at this, but, the ones we get will probably be a little bit nicer, cause they get pretty damaged. So, yeah,
Yep.
use the top, twist up and get caught up.
Yep.
and then-
The only thing I was looking at them, and from hauling boats over the road, I was like, you wanna make sure you get them high enough, 'cause
Well, that's
it's-
a percent thing, we
Yeah.
didn't realize that every town says they just put them up, and percent said, no, you cannot, you're
Yeah.
not supposed to do that.
Yep.
So they gave us regulations and all that.
Yep.
And we had to get someone to hang them, and then put them up and take them down every year. Part of that grant, I believe, is from, you have to have them up throughout the summer, May to, for,
Mhm.
Memorial Day
Yep.
to, Labor Day.
And I think if you gave Mike Musetti a call on that, he has a couple bucket trucks, I think he would probably lend a hand pretty easily.
Or Steve.
Yeah, or Steve, yep.
Steve the Jets.
Yeah, I would,
Yep.
I used to work for one of the utility companies, and they get real cranky if stuff gets attached to the pole.
Yeah.
Without permission, so I would make sure that happens.
Well, you put them down like 10 feet and you're coming down the road with a boat, and next thing you know, that thing's hanging out.
Get a whole pile of them.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't wanna see that happen.
It does look nice, but if you guys,
Yeah.
assistants, definitely let the chamber know, and
I won't
Yeah,
mind,
you guys
I won't
might-
mind 10
yeah,
feet
yeah,
off the ground.
Yeah.
It looks really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Trent has 162.
Wow.
That's a lot.
So that's how you're doing it, they can sponsor, someone can sponsor a flag, okay, that's a good
It's kinda
idea.
nice. I think people in town really want that, so
Yeah.
it helps us for other jobs.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. So start out with what we do and then, yeah, see how it goes.
Let us
I
know,
like
we'd
that.
love help.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, good.
I'll make a motion to authorize the town manager to purchase flag kits from World of Flags USA in conjunction with the Galen Cole Family Foundation for display along Tremont Road, or we'll figure that out,
Yeah.
from Memorial Day through Labor Day.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the town manager to purchase flag kits from World of Flags USA in conjunction with the Galen Cole Family Foundation for display of flags in Tremont from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right, next we have select board meeting schedule.
Alright, so, no major changes to your yearly schedule. I put a couple notes in the memo. January 5th, I may need to change due to a conflict I might have with that meeting. That meeting is usually fairly short anyways, being after the holidays. The March 9th and 23rd, those are your annual special meetings to go over the budget and the annual town meeting warrant. Town election and town meeting scheduled for Monday, May 11th and Tuesday, May 12th. And July 6th, is your only meeting on the schedule for July. This past year, you only had one meeting in July and one meeting in August. However, in 2026, several of the months fall with 5 Mondays, and eliminating one in each of those months created a pretty large gap between meetings, and with August leading up to any potential November voting issues. I popped your second August back in there. Of course, when we get to summer, if it looks like you can skip one, that's fine.
Can we
Yeah.
skip every other one?
We had like a summer break thing going here. Why are you raining on the parade here? I mean,
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone in the next year.
yeah.
Okay, sounds good, whatever.
Sure, sign us up, yeah.
It's not set in stone.
No.
I motion to adopt the schedule for the select board's 2026 meetings as proposed.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the schedule for the select board's 2026 meeting as proposed. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, now we have the FY 27 budget prep, budget calendar.
So this is your annual, budget timeframe, same as before.
27
Yeah.
should be good.
No changes to the dates as, nothing out of the ordinary, I should say. Andrea is scheduled to meet with me the second. I talked to her.
With the new reduced budget.
You're funny, Kevin.
When does the school start budget meetings?
We actually had preliminary last month, and then we moved our meeting dates 2 or 3 years ago, which kicks our budget earlier.
Mhm.
So I think we're gonna end up having our December meeting on the 2nd. And then I think we're gonna hold maybe a special one, an additional one in January, because if not, then they will get to see it for the first time in December. They'll have like one opportunity to see it again, and then we would bring it to you, so I think we're gonna hold it a special one so that they can see it. Have one meeting to get it, and 2 to talk about it when we come here.
And that starts at the beginning of December.
December, yeah, December will be the SRO conversation too, so, I think that will be that'll be a longer
You're gonna have
meeting.
budget and SRO at the same meeting?
Well, it will be an introduction, the school committee will they'll get the budget, the first draft
Sure.
at that meeting, so there probably won't
public is welcome to come to your budget meetings, and are they allowed to ask questions and?
There, well, I should say, there's public comment.
Because I get that wrong sometimes, so
There's
I'm trying
public
to.
comment that is always allowed, and I think that would kind of be up to the board chair to decide, like, if they're willing to accept questions. Usually we don't count a lot of
Yeah, sure.
public
For
to
sure.
ask questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I was actually gonna say that, if anybody wants to come over before we come see you in February to just listen in, I would encourage people to do that.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to encourage people.
Yeah.
They come to us and,
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
it's on our table
Right.
Well, we had
in
someone
March, and they,
who came for the SRO conversation recently, and we just started to walk through our preliminary budget, and they left just saying like, that was so helpful to just have a better idea of where these numbers come from. And
Yeah.
I feel like I can leave here talking to the community a little bit differently about the budgeting process, so.
Yeah.
Good
What's SRO?
School resource officer.
Okay.
Nice.
all right.
I'll make a motion to adopt the schedule for the select board's 2026 meetings as per, no, just kidding. To adopt the fiscal 27 budget preparation schedule as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt the FY 27 budget preparation schedule as presented. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? All right, next we have quick claim deeds. You explain the status there, just.
Yep, so there's 3 release deeds, in your packet. These have been paid in full. There was a very unique instance. There was a first for all of us in the Trio accounting software we use. For some reason, did not post the payment to these 3 accounts when they made it. All of the other steps that Trio does as far as end of day audit and all of that processed correctly, so it appeared that they had made the payment, which they did. But Trio somehow did not apply it, so it went into the lien process, because it still showed as owed. So we have figured that out when they came in to pay this year's taxes. And so it is, we contacted Trio and they have corrected it. And we just need to do a quick claim to release those liens from the registry.
I know it's not any of the office fault, but I think we should make sure that they know that we feel bad about it, and we
Oh, yes,
apologize
they
for,
do.
because,
Yes.
it stinks to have
Yeah.
a lien on your property for something that you have paid for, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do those liens happen automatically without the town approving it?
No, we process them, but it comes through a list, and
Okay.
so, for instance, when they came in to pay the taxes this year, the clerk that was waiting on them said, did you wanna pay last year's or this year's? And we said, well, we paid last year's, and it was very strange, because it showed
Yeah.
in our system, just like everybody else that may not have paid.
Mhm.
So it was a very unique, and Trio said, well, we have heard of that happening, it just didn't apply it like it was supposed to. It printed a receipt and all of that.
It was weird though, cause like, there was 4 accounts, and so it only posted to the first one, and when you actually looked back at the receipt, it has your remaining balance, and normally it's 0 when you pay in full, but it had that, almost that full amount still, so like it showed where she had applied the payments to the regular amount, and then it just like, took them right back out.
Wow.
Trio's only good when it's
Too bad.
good. Trio can be a little
Like any
finicky.
software.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I motion to sign a quit claim release deed to Jeffrey C. Rich for the properties identified as tax map 003 lot 015-2, 015B, and 015-4A. Since all assessed liens, fees, and costs have been reversed.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to sign a quitclaim release deed to Jeffrey C. Rich for the properties identified as tax map 3, lot 15-2, lot 15B, and lot 15-4A, since all assessed liens, fees, and costs have been reversed. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Okay, next we have town manager's report.
All right, over the last couple of weeks, I attended the Tremont PTO trunk or treat with the town clerk. I prepared the Harbor Committee financials. I attended the League of Towns Elected Officials Workshop in Northeast. Office staff participated in Halloween festivities over at Tremont School. Assisted with election setup and takedown, meeting prep, FY '27 budget work. Attended the snowplow driver meeting with Public Works. And the FY '25 audit began the auditors here last week. Office staff, as I mentioned, the clerk attended the trunk or treat and participated with the rest of the staff at the Halloween event at the school. Process lien discharges, VMP reports, election setup, the election itself and election follow-up, and helped assist with the FY '25 audit. Public Works, trimmed trees back on Clark Point Road. Truck 3 sander maintenance, cleaned the interior of truck 2, fixed the vote here sign for election day, removed the speed bumps on Lighthouse Road, cleared a fallen tree off Cape Road, installed the voting here sign for election day, marked locations for dig safe, fixed the stop sign on Locust Point, removed the flags from the town office flagpole for the winter, disposed of trash in Back Beach, at Back Beach and Hillrest, hauled out transient floats with the harbor master, assisted the harbor master removing the southern gangway, when it was damaged in a vessel accident, and install, a new one. Assisted the town office in prepping, the CEO's office for painting. Ditched on Rice Road, winter prep on truck 3 and truck 4 sanders, the hoists were inspected, cleared a tree on Cape Road, town garage cleanup, trimmed trees along Kellytown Road, cleared a tree on Tremont Road, filled pothole on Lighthouse Road, fixed the Rice Road upper parking lot entrance, picked up truck 5 and truck 1 from Allied and dropped off truck 3 to have wiring looked at, changed the Bobcat tires for winter, and replaced the driveway culvert on Locust Point Road. Harbor Master, worked on the damaged gangway, for the transient float haul out, float work, rope removal off all the finger floats, trash and trap removal, worked on the ferry terminal, the shore chains broke, for one of them. Checked Zippo, dropped off a light and, box at MCM for installation of a new pole in Zippo. The wharf garage, had the heat, turned on for winter, and the water was turned off and winterized the wharf. And over the next few weeks, I will continue my FY '27 budget.
Okay, thanks, Jesse. Question about the trucks, I can never follow the numbers, so do we have the new?
Yes,
Oh,
truck 5.
It's
Yep,
actually here,
it is here.
perfect.
Yeah.
And the big one, the other international, whatever, is that done?
Yeah.
So
So
we're all,
everything is back except truck 3, which just went, which is the old Ford that we are keeping.
Yep.
Just went to have the wiring, issue with that.
okay, awesome, that's good that we've kept
Yeah.
that. That was a lot quicker than last year's turnaround on the new truck.
Yes.
All
And
right.
Andrea, the school resource officer is on December 2nd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We do have on, here, I think it's the 20th, I think the 19th is EES has their reorganization conversation, and the 20th this week is ours at the
Mhm.
school, so.
Okay. At the school.
Yeah, from
Okay.
6 to 8, that will be the reorganization. Mike does a whole like presentation and spiel, and then there'll be an opportunity for the community to discuss different things, and they'll facilitate that, but, so the 20th, and then December 2nd.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, suggestions for the next meeting? Date of the next meeting.
Make a motion to confirm the date of the next meeting for Monday, December 1st, 2025.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to confirm the date of the next meeting for Monday, December 1st, 2025, 5 PM at the town office. Is there any discussion? All those in favor? Motion Motion adjourned. All those in favor? Garrett, he's taking a lot of pictures of you.
That's because I'm the prettiest.
Yeah. Did you hear that back there?